to celebrate the fact that it stopped raining, seeing as the banana build sort of wrapped up right when the rain showed up. The banana is going to take a sort of an exhibition run around the raid course because it's still pretty muddy out there, and I'm not going to go and put down 90 course markers just for one run. So luckily, I've driven this course so many times. I think it's somewhere around the neighborhood of 30 times that I can remember it pretty well, I would say. And I thought this would be a pretty good sort of shakedown run for the banana. And early on, we can already see that I am still woefully unprepared for full-width bumpers. Aside from tire size, the banana would be class 1. The bumpers are definitely wider than the windshield. And despite them not being super low, man, do they get hung up on stuff. Like, they get hung up on everything. That aside, the banana does remarkably well. It has no tune in it at all. I basically built the shocks as they came, put 30 weight oil in them, put the included springs on them, and that's how it sits. I mean, I did fabricate all the links and got the wheelbase set just the way I wanted, and for whatever reason, I still kind of attribute it to behind the axle steering, but Elements have a huge amount of steering angle, and this build has Lil Yella the Ecto's stock stealth gearbox, as Lil Yella was swapped to a dig gearbox. So I had a homeless stealth, managed to power through that, almost, stuck a little and unstuck. I don't know what I did. It might just be in the render files. It might look this way normally, but the video looks oddly jerky. I wonder if I accidentally changed the frame rate. I'm only noticing it now after I went all the way through the edit and I'm doing the voiceover in a cold workshop with the hum of a 3D printer in the background. So maybe it's just me. I'm wearing two jackets. Handling wise, I have no complaints about the banana. The Element platform is quickly becoming a favorite of mine, and I'm also, I must say, I'm not a huge Jeep guy, but as far as big bodies go, I do like this Axial XJ because, yeah, it's a big body. It's pretty much Defender sized, lower, but Defender sized, but so light. It's so light for how big it is. It weighs less than the Phoenix's body. It weighs less than most bodies, except some of the, Slim J Concept stuff. So, as a big body goes, it's nice and light. And I find myself, side note here, struggling. Oh, before I get to that, yeah. See, I'm used to just blasting face first down that. And with those bumpers, and the length of that XJ body, it's got big overhangs, like all the way around. I just stepped to the side here to grab a tape measure. Compared to a Traxxas Defender from a TRX4, the Axial XJ is a 1/4 inch narrower, an inch lower, and a 1/2 inch longer. So that's my here I am getting it hung up again. I mean, I'll obviously get used to it. That was a nice. I just powered through that bumper hook on the way down. That steering angle. That steering angle is great. It kind of spoils me. It makes me wish everything could turn as sharp, but they don't. That section right there should have been a wider swing for a gate, but can't because a giant branch fell off of a tree just before Christmas. I spent an entire day cutting that up, so the spot where that gate used to go is now logs. Also, I'm still hunting for gate number 8, which may be lost forever, as the last load of material that got dumped over the fence buried gate 8, which was half of a cheap Amazon tennis ball, and I can't find it. I still haven't found it. There's a little glimpse at I'm gonna build a little industrial salvaged village there in Roots Remain on top of that stone plinth. I've been gathering all sorts of industrial debris for that purpose. The banana was remarkably well behaved. I think I forgot to mention in the section before Gate 8, there's a long side hill there that didn't exist when this was run. I couldn't remember exactly where this marker was. All I know is that making that transition, that vertical transition, the banana did it as well as any rig that did it, period. Like, it did it as well as the Phoenix did it, and the Phoenix used the big overdrive and dig to pull itself over. But like right there, just perfect. It might be a little light in the tail when descending very steep. But like in this section, no problem. Maybe if I don't know. It doesn't have enough wheel time on it for me to decide if it needs weight. A part of me feels like it doesn't. Like, it does so well. It's deceptive because the body is tall and wide and very long, so it makes the rig, I guess at least to me when I'm driving it, look like it's going to behave heavier. But it side hills with the best of them. Like right in this section, no problem at all. The only issue seems to come from the guy wheeling it, because I can't remind myself that those bumpers are big. I know I complained about the bumpers a lot when I was building it, and I seem to be complaining about the bumpers a lot. Anytime you hear the clink, that's the shackles flapping, because I've got either the front or rear bumper stuck yet again. I know there was a marker here, and I think it would have cleared it. There's the bumper stuck again, but handled that descent down backside of Oblivion, no problem. And I tried to choose a line here. I was becoming more conscious of the presence of that front bumper at this point. So I was trying to choose a line that would clear it. And I think I actually did pretty well. The total ascent time on this relative to others, Banana would be in the top third, really. Like, not Zoidberg fast up that, but Zoidberg has no bumpers whatsoever. But fast enough. Little chirp here. I don't know what got stuck in the universals, but when I got up to here and the front end kind of bobbled right there, whatever it was, it fell out. I'm assuming a rock got up in the universals. It is none the worse for wear. It's actually quite a good descender. I'm most surprised by that. I'm less surprised by how tight that turning radius is, which is going to make the Banana rapidly one of my favorites. I'm anxious to see what the turning radius looks like on the current build that's on the bench, because I'm getting spoiled by the element rigs turning super sharp. So this was the first time the Banana had ever seen Daphne's line. I thought I was going to make it in one smooth arc, but a rear tire slipped. This is its first time up Daphne's line. Has never attempted this before. And it's just so composed. You made that look, it didn't blister its way through there, but it was very quick. More unhooking the bumper. Like I say, that's a thing that will come with time. I think I was driving for a good amount of time before I figured dig out, really, like when to use it. And now on the rigs I have that have dig, I rely on it. This is one of those rigs that I don't mind it not having it. Sometimes I wish Daphne had it. But this guy, even with the 5-pole motor, which I can feel it lacking a little bit of torque. I mean, a 540 is asking, at 7 pounds, a 540 brushed is a little underpowered. But at the same time, the real Banana doesn't have like a fire-breathing V8 in it either, so I don't think this thing should have an Axe V2 in it if we want to be sort of accurate. I do think that I guess the addition of the little upgraded bits that come on the Gatekeeper kit, like the shocks and whatnot, it makes for a very neutral handling rig. I'm assuming, I have to assume, it wouldn't handle as well as a Gatekeeper because the cage is far heavier than this body. That particular line was not the correct one to choose. As I said, most of these obstacles the Banana has never seen. I have to say, this was pretty much what they call hero dirt. This was perfect conditions, except for one little section. When I got the bumper stuck on that first vertical, and I was spinning the wheels, I got one of the front wheels loaded up with mud, and it took a good little while to clear that off, so it was a little odd handling for a little bit. And right when I come down here, I get into some muck too, but it's so close to the end, it didn't matter. All in all, for what I will call the inaugural voyage, the Banana did remarkably well. I was kind of knocked over by how well it did with that big body and the bumpers. So that was the across the line for the Banana that finishes the raid course with an asterisk in 11:24:16, which is a really good time. But that asterisk, there's no gates. I couldn't remember exactly where the gates went. So that 11:24 isn't particularly indicative of a real world time. aside from that, it did phenomenally. This side hill section is really tough. Like right there, with that topside tire lifted so high, I would think that there would be more weight shift, but there just isn't. It just handles it. So the Banana will definitely be going into the rotation, the competition with all the rest for whatever comes next. And obviously, I have to give the Patagonias a solid thumbs up. They might be the biggest surprise of the whole build, because I bought them for scale accuracy, not for performance, and they continue to wow me. So this is just a little performance show of the Banana, who I think did remarkably well. I hope you enjoyed. If you were looking forward to more Banana, stay tuned. There will obviously be more. Be sure to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.